Girl, I've been watching you from so far across the floor now, baby. There's nothing new. I watched you so many times before now, baby. I see that look in your eye, look in your eyes. And what it's telling me, and you knew, ooh, girl, that I'm not shy. I'm glad you picked up on my telepathy now, baby. What's up, people? I got my tea. Can you tell? Mm, 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 mm. Ah, damn. You know what? You're right. It was a different time, though. It was a different time. You know. Well. Anyway, just wanted to say hello to everybody that's watching today. Welcome to the JB Show on Revolutionary Blackout Network. I am your host, James Fauntleroy. It's so good to see all of you. It is June 12th, 2022. I'd like to give a warm welcome and just to let you guys know that you guys can catch me at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single Sunday on the RBN Network. And you can also catch me on RBN Live on Tuesdays and the Savvy and JB Show on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just to let you guys know, please make sure to click the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please make sure to smash down that subscribe button because you know that the YouTube algorithm doesn't like us. So I just want to say hello to everybody who is watching in the chat. We have Ashura in the house saying, after all the BS America has done to his country and the world, hell no. Yep. We have Jorge Hernandez says, I used to watch every morning La Manera. La Manera. La Manera. Gosh, I really have to work on my pronunciation. La Mañanera. I think that's how it's pronounced. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I stopped when people from the PRI and PAN started being part of Morena, so nothing has changed. Same that happened to BLM happened to Morena Party. Oh, interesting. Okay. Eric Gray said, what's good, everybody? We have a fun topic today. Absolutely. Creative Experiments is in the house, as it looks like the USA doesn't make much stuff anymore. Is upset that South America has high quality manufacturing and standard of living. Thousands of Californians are moving to Mexico. And he says the only people left in the USA is going to be some bro gamers and Goldman Sachs. Thank you so much for that. We have, oh man, it skipped. Oh, hey, okay. We're good. Patty R says, hello. Well, you do love the party, don't you? Hello, my fellow comrades. So good to see you. CBC voter Panquake is in the house saying kick rocks. Yes, absolutely. Every Life says, I don't understand that in Russian, but I think it's comrade as well. So hello to you as well. Good to see you, Leroy. I already, he says still a bop. Yeah. Nick is in the house saying happy Sunday, everyone. Lucky Burrito is always in the house. Namaste to you as well. All right. We have Great Goblin in the house. All right. Salty Granny, so good to see you again, Salty Granny. Welcome back. All right. Sulamoon is here. Also, and accounted for. Bad Cookies is in the house. Says, we need to vote harder. just squeeze your eyes really tight and vote harder. Vote. Just vote. Don't boo. Vote. Said that's land. Oh gosh, I really need to find my tongue for correct pronunciation in Spanish is waning. I have a lot of Latino friends that I need to hang out with them more because they correct me so much and it helps. La la mañanera. Okay. Okay. Gosh, I really need to work on that. Anthony is in the house saying they are suppressing the stream. Set reminder never came. Search RBN and had to click on a video, then channel to find. Oh, yeah, they're definitely suppressing. I talked about this last week on my channel, especially what had happened with Danny Haiphong. A lot of these tech companies are definitely suppressing those of us who dissent from the capitalistic narrative, the corporate narrative. So you guys gonna have to, you know, I think RBN also has a Substack, so we put out notifications for when we go live. Though I need to start doing that myself more. But yeah, we do actually have that as well. So we also I think we also have a mailing list now too. So make sure to get on that mailing list in order to be able to get more notifications from us. And good morning. Good morning, Brenda. So good to see you. All right. We have Mia in the house. All love, all love. What's in that tea today? See, y'all be wishing there's something that could get me in trouble. But it's just black tea with lemon, ginger, and honey. That's basically all it is. The thing is, though, is one day I'm gonna surprise y'all with something in the tea that y'all wouldn't expect. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are gonna do that. Steven, so good to see you. All right. Oh, thank you. She said I look handsome. Okay. All right, Miss Salty Granny. I see you. All right. All right. Miunis. So good to see you. Much love to you as well. All right. Reggie says, what about the Nicaraguan version of the Panama Canal that China is helping to finance? I do not know about that one, but I need to look into it. Thank you so much for that information. Let me see. No, I wish it was Magic Tea. Uncle Warren. By the way, Uncle Warren, I need to get back on your show because we have to have a talk. Nothing serious like that. You know how when people say, "Oh, we have to talk," and then you get this pit in your stomach, like, "Oh my god!" No, no, no. What I mean by we need to talk is we need to just have fun and riff. That's what we need to do. We need to come back. I need to come back and have fun and just riff with you. All right. Let me see. Who else is in the chat today? Ah, Sarina. So good to see you, comrade. And then we have our people watching on Twitch. India Go Rave says, "Hey y'all, so good to see you watching from Twitch." All right. I wish it was cookies. Let me see. Is there anybody else? Okay. Okay, cool. Just DM me. Wait, and I just popped in a gummy in your honor. Yes! Yes! Dave is also in the building too. Good to see you. Also, who's watching on Rockfin? Who do we got up in here? Look, y'all people watching on Rockfin right now, make yourselves known. All right? I'm trying to look out for you. Oh no, baby, I don't need those shrooms. Though I always want to try them. I heard they're really good at like resetting the brain. I want to try them for me. Don't cancel us, YouTube. Well, you've already done it a couple times, but that goes without saying. But anyways, so it's so good to see all of you here today. So last week there was a summit. It wasn't on RBN, by the way. It was a summit being held by the U.S. government. And the summit was called the Summit of the Americas. The Summit of the Americas was supposed to be leaders of all the states in America, from North America all the way up and in Canada, all the way to the southernmost tip of South America, and everything in between. It's supposed to be the Summit of the Americas. But Joe Biden decided to do something stupid again. He decided that he was going to say, Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Cuba, you can't come in. No, 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 no. You can't come in. So guess what? They weren't invited to the party. Even though they represent millions of people, and the decisions that will be made and talked about during this summit would literally affect them too, they still weren't invited to talk, right? Well, what was the reason behind this? Well, okay, so Biden and the United States government basically said, you know what? The reason why we're not going to invite you is because you guys have human rights violations against you. My question is, according to who? Also, there's a little phrase that we like to say, pot, meat, kettle. People want to, and the thing is that you have some people who are very pro-America, and they'll be like, well, look at what Cuba has done. Cuba, their people are hungry and starving in the streets. Number one, I have not seen one actual photo of somebody who's Cuban who's hungry and starving in the streets, by the way, just to let y'all know. But if that's the case, if Cuba is suffering so badly, why are they suffering? Is it because they just have some mean dictator that acts like a capitalist even though he's the head of a socialist country? Well, no. Actually, if you look at the actual history, there has been a blockade and an embargo over Cuba for over 60 years. And even then, Cuba is still doing better. The Cuban people are doing better than many of us here in the United States. By the way, while we're talking about it, I have not seen Cuba send troops to another country in order to extract its resources in order to build itself up, its corporations. I didn't see that. Interesting, right? I have, however, seen United States do that over and over and over again for a long time. The United States actually been doing that. So this real, hang on, I gotta wet my whistle for this one. Tea is good. The hypocrisy of it all, right? The United States says that there are, basically human rights violations going on in these countries. We literally led a protest that lasted all summer in 2020 over a man where the state basically kneeled on his neck for over 8 minutes. We're literally giving, well, not us, but the United States government is literally giving weapons to a fascistic, autocratic regime in that is Saudi Arabia, and giving those weapons to supply to them so that they can bomb the people of Yemen. Somehow that's not a crime against humanity, I guess. Or sending billions of dollars per year to a pretty much genocidal nation that is moving in on the territory of the people that have been there for thousands of years. But somehow that's just not a crime against humanity to the United States. That's kind of interesting. The fact that we have, hundreds of, we have we have millions of people who don't have insurance or either underinsured, and we have hundreds of thousands of people who literally die because they don't have insurance within this country. Yet, for some odd reason, that's still not a crime against humanity, according to the United States. United States head of NATO decided to expand NATO, even though they told the company that starts with an R that they wouldn't move in that direction. And yet they have done it multiple times, and they're literally provoking another nuclear superpower. And they're literally sending money to Nazis. But for some reason, that's not a human rights violation. Like, wait a minute. This is why I said pot me kettle. And it's not even pot me kettle. This is somebody. Okay, I got it. This is Jeffrey Dahmer accusing Will Smith of being too violent because of that slap on the stage. That's what this is. This is Timothy McVeigh accusing, this is Timothy McVeigh accusing Will Smith for slapping somebody on stage of being too violent. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, the degrees of which this is going. Like, this is crazy. So, something happened. What happened? Wouldn't you like to know? Let's see. Let's go to the article. All right, so let me share my screen really quick. Let's do this thing. All right. Okay, so here is an article from that says Mexican president won't attend U.S. hosted summit of the Americas due to the exclusion of Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. It says Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador said Monday that he will not be attending the Summit of the Americas hosted, well, that was last week, basically, by the United States due to the exclusion of several countries in the region. Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela were not invited to the summit because of lack of democratic space and the human rights situations. Bullshit. In the countries. The White House press secretary said, "We just don't believe dictators should be invited. We don't regret that the president will stand by his principle." You know what's funny? You guys will be literally knees bent and faces on the floor for people like Mohammed bin Salman. No, I do not want. No, get out of my face, CNN. God, I can't stand it. Capitalism chaps my ass. Anyways, so yeah. It says Lopez Obrador has previously threatened to boycott the summit, which is traditionally attended by the leaders of North and Central South America and the Caribbean, and is convened every few years. He said, I'm not going to the summit because not all American countries are invited, and I believe the need to change the policy that has been in place for centuries. The exclusion, the desire to dominate without any reason, the disrespect of countries' sovereignty, and the independence of each country. So he basically said, y'all not inviting these countries? All right, then I ain't going. And yeah, Andres said, "Oh hell no! Like y'all, you gonna do that and then not invite them? That's some bullshit." So yeah, basically, um, but there's something that happened recently, that I would like to bring up, and I just want to give a shout out to Breakthrough News. One of their journalists is Ronnie Akalik. Breakthrough News, great outlet. I recommend you guys to sub to them. They do really great journalistic work there. But Breakthrough News actually aired a response from President Diaz-Canal from Cuba, Nicolas Maduro from Venezuela, and former president of Bolivia, Evo Morales. So what I'm going to do is we're going to watch it. And as we watch, I'm going to keep it muted so that I can read, because there's some people who may be watching right now who, well, not watching, but they're just listening along and they're not actively watching the screen. And so they can't read the captions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the captions as they speak, but I'm going to keep it muted. So if you understand Spanish, then, great. In fact, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'm going to put the link in the chat so you guys can watch it later. But I'm just going to be reading it in English because there's no English translation, verbal translation in there. And so, and for people who may be listening, but they're not actively watching the screen right now, I want to make sure that they hear what these heads of state, and former head of state actually says. So I'm going to be doing that just a second. Roy O'Neill is also in the chat, and Rockfin. So good to see you, Roy. All right. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. I need to be more careful. I'm shaking this camera. All right. This is going to be very interesting because they spoke out. All right. Okay. And also, if you guys are listening and you guys hear, if you guys hear any echoing, then just let me know. But I hope not. Okay. So let's play it. Oh, hang on. Okay. He says, hold on. He's going too fast. Okay. He speaks. Okay. President Diaz-Canal speaks very fast, so I'm going to have to read fast. Oh, boy. Here we go. Okay. So Diaz-Canal. He says, Dear Manolo, comrades participating in the People's Summit. He says, I was not wrong when I said that I would not be at the Summit of the Americas, but the voice of Cuba certainly will be. Your voice, our voice. The revolution has always had it very clear. Where governments deprive us from our voice, people will be there to represent us, to speak on our behalf. This has been the case since the times of the Ministry of the Colonies, when there were governments that were pushed by the empire by obeying the order of the master, with an honorable exception in Mexico. The Cuban Institute of Friendship with the Peoples, ICAP, was born from that understanding. Solidarity is not only a principle that is inseparable from the revolutionary praxis, it is the most formidable weapon for those of us who believe in the power of the masses and the Oh my gosh. Um, in the Telluric, gosh, he speaks very fast. Sorry about that. In the telluric force of, I don't know what that word is. I gotta research that word. Telluric force of mobilized peoples. And in the inspiring struggle for social justice, whenever the people are in struggle, Cuba will be there. And wherever Cuba is, there will be people in struggle. The struggle we share today dates back centuries at the cost of blood and the best sons and daughters of our great homeland. That struggle is waged against the powerful neighbors. Gosh, slow down, dude. It is waged against the powerful the Monroe Doctrine that continues to guide the United States in its political approach to our region. It is waged against imperialist policies of sanctions and punishments for countries that will not yield to such designs. It is waged against the aspirations of U.S. politicians to be police and supreme judges, determined to establish who should be our rulers and even our civil society. Damn, that was, yeah, yeah. He's right about that. Basically, the United States is not only trying to be the police of the world, but also the judge of the world. So, yeah, he's absolutely correct in that. Cuba was the first Latin American nation excluded from the hemispheric alliances for having rebelled against the empire. Others tried the same before that, subject to coup d'etats, dictatorships, transnational campaigns of terror like Operation Condor. Cuba was expelled from the OAS and was separated from its natural place. They financed invasions and they continue to finance different attacks against the revolution. We are honorable survivors of 63 years of blockade and to the disgrace of that powerful empire, which is 30 times bigger than our island. We are among the countries of the hemisphere that have the highest levels of education, health, as well as our own scientific development. Today, Venezuela is also being arrogantly pushed. It has been robbed of its savings and its foreign assets, and its legitimate government has not been recognized. Vicious attacks have been launched against Nicaragua's neck, a nation that has faced so many attempts at conquest in history, and where at some point, a nation that's faced so many conquests in history, and where at some point in time they were subject to a dictatorship was not only strongly sponsored by Washington. People are wise. People have memory. Those people who have organized, man, this guy reads fast. People are wise. People have memory. Those people who have organized a summit that they wanted to prevent, as well as the proud governments that did not silence their denunciations and raise their voice also on our behalf, understands that there used to be a punished nation before. Now there are three, and tomorrow there will be 10. However, the people close ranks. The mythical giant that devours worlds shall not pass. Thanks to that understanding, the Ninth Summit of the Americas was not exactly what its organizers expected. Solidarity was ever more present, also where it had not been invited to, not where it was wanted. Therefore, I would like to share my sincerest appreciation for the governments of the region that firmly opposed the exclusions of Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua from the Summit of the Americas. Deserving our special recognition, President Andres Ambalo of Mexico and the President St. Vincent of the Grenadines, the Presidents Bolivia, presidents of Honduras, Xiomara Castro, and many leaders in Caribbean and Latin delegations who during the summit have rejected the exclusions of Cuba and the criminal blockade against our people. North America is not the enemy. The North America of workers, indigenous peoples, and immigrants who have also been excluded, not once, but day after day by the merciless empire of the market. The North America that you are showing us, a rebellious, insubordinate, proactive, and fraternal North America, is our natural sister. And is not and never will be an enemy. Thank you, sisters and brothers, for showing us the powerful that we wanted to censor and hide for so long. And thank you for giving a voice to the excluded. With that, painting horizon with hope. Thank you for ratifying us once again. And for a better world, that a better world is possible. From the bottom of my heart, Manolo, comrades, thank you very much. Whew, that was hard. Oh, wait. Oh, plane speed is low. See, I wasn't thinking about that. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I should have slowed him down. Everybody else talks slower, but he's just like really fast. But also made some really great points, by the way. So just wanted to point that out. Um, okay, let me see. All right, okay. Nicolas Maduro is actually a little bit slower. He says, "I am here in Eurasian tour from arriving from the Republic of Algeria to the Islamic Republic of Iran, taking a break from this necessary tour." Yeah, I can do this regular speed because he doesn't speak as fast. Taking a break from the necessary tour of the new world or for the new world. There is a world beyond Washington. There is a world beyond imperial arrogance, and is the world that is emerging. Dear friends of the People's Summit, the true summit of Los Angeles, I wanted to take a break from the road to send you a greeting of solidarity, a Bolivian greeting, a humanist Christian greeting, an embrace to everyone and to all social organizations of the United States of America, social organizations of all our America. Here we are standing firm in the construction of a different world, a multipolar, multicentric world, a world based on dialogue and respect, on the equal treatment of states, peoples, of governments, a world based on a profound dialogue, a dialogue of cultures and religions, an inclusive dialogue of ideologies, of positions for a new humanity. A new humanity is necessary and it's being made. A new humanity is possible. That is why I congratulate all the organizations of the People's Summit in Los Angeles. Our voice has been there, as we said, the voice of the rebellious peoples of our America, of Cuba, of Nicaragua, of Venezuela, has been in the streets of Los Angeles in the form of street art, in the form of women with a megaphone who was repressed, with flags, with slogans, with chants. They banned the march of social movements because they were afraid of the color and strength of our voice. But they have not been able to stop it. That voice is over there, over here, and it's a voice that is also accompanied by a smile, the smile of hope that moves us, the hope for a new humanity without imperialist hegemony, without neocolonialism, without neoliberalism, a new humanity building new social, economic, and political and cultural models that allow us to see ourselves person to person, face to face, that allow us to recognize each other as different, but also to recognize each other as equals, recognize ourselves as brothers and sisters of all the peoples of the world. You learn so much in these struggles. We are warriors of all struggles, of all the battles. Now we have been on this Eurasian tour, but we are passing through Algeria, which is North Africa, engaging in an in-depth dialogue with the governments, with the people, learning from the experiences of the responses, of the public policies that are being implemented in different countries, and recognizing, seeing with our eyes that there is another world out there. The world is much bigger than the dominance and arrogance of Washington, the dominance and arrogance of an empire in decline that wants to behave as if it were still the hegemonic, oh gosh, empire of our world in America. That time has passed. That time should definitely be canceled. We, the peoples of our America, are choosing our own path. The diversity of creation and innovation, and the diversity of struggles of popular movements. That's why I want to thank you from the Bolivarian Revolution, from the Socialist Revolution of the 21st century, founded by our commander Chavez, from the most genuine spirit, the solidarity and love of the Venezuelan people. We send all of our support, all of our solidarity to the People's Summit of Los Angeles. Please know and be assured that Venezuela has resisted. Venezuela is moving forward and is recovering. Venezuela is standing tall, fighting and victorious. And the people are united, victorious, overcoming threats, attacks, the arrogance of unilateral sanctions, coercive measures, monetary, financial, economic, commercial, and political persecution, and building with the hands and minds of the humble people, of the working men and women, creating the responses that allowed us to have our first year, 2021, of economic growth. And now in 2022, we are seeing the expansion of the comprehensive recovery of our economy, of social rights of the people, of direct democracy, in general, of the Bolivarian revolution of the 21st century. We are fighters. That's how we see ourselves. I am the workers' president, the people's president, the fighting president, a man who stands tall at the forefront of the revolution. Commandant Chavez put me there, and no one will ever be able to silence our voice. No one will be able to exclude it from the streets and from the struggles we wage. These are there with their imperial arrogance, hide from the truth by lying to themselves. Ooh. Yeah, definitely lying to themselves. No more self-deprecation. Here we are standing tall, ready to continue building the struggle, joining our efforts, moving forward. Dear comrades of the People's Summit, in Los Angeles, advancing towards a new America, popular, socialist, revolutionary, and humanist, the America of the 21st century. Long live the People's Summit of Los Angeles. Long live the Union of People's Movements. Long live the union of the people of our America. Until victory, always. America. America, we are all. Thank you. Yeah. So thing is that before I get to Evo Morales, I want to show you guys. Y'all want to see something funny? I'm going to show y'all something. Before I get to Evo Morales, because I definitely want to hear you guys to hear what he has to say too. I'm gonna show. I'm gonna show you guys something. Oh, y'all gonna laugh. Y'all gonna laugh. You guys are gonna have a good time. Watch, 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 watch. Let me share my screen. All right, kids, let's take a look here. Let some of you guys on Twitter already saw this, but I really want you guys to see this. You guys are like, what the heck is going on? What is this, JB? Oh, I'm gonna tell you what it is. You're gonna see a very recognizable face. Oh my god. In fact, let's look at the translation. Translate tweet. It says, attention, strong I don't know, S crash to okay. This is about Juan Guaido. While he was at the restaurant with members of his party, they pushed him out. Oh! Oh! This is glorious. This is glorious. Watch. Okay, the dude and that dude right there in the white shirt, that's Juan Guaido. That's Juan Guaido, and they're pushing him out of the restaurant. Oh! They're like, get out! What, they got chairs. They're like, get out! Oh Lord! They said, no, sir, no, you're not. You shall not pass. That's what they said. They said GTFOH. They just said it in Spanish. Boy, oh boy. By the way, wait, there's more. Are you guys ready yet? Are you guys ready yet? Okay. Wait, there's more. All right, let's go. Let's go. Hang on. All right, kids, let's go. Oh, this stuff makes me so happy. I love seeing these fascist sympathizers get their comeuppance. So let me share this, because you saw what Nicolas Maduro said, right? Let's see how let's see how the person who tried to take his seat, how they're doing. How this is a continuation. Let's go. Get out! Yo, this is the guy that the United States tried to say was the president of Venezuela. This is the guy. The dude that they were like, oh, we recognize Juan Guaido. This dude couldn't even get recognized in a restaurant. Juan Guaido couldn't even get recognized in a restaurant. They were like, you know what? No. They were like, no. You out. You out. They said, to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. That's what they did. They said, they looked at Juan Guaido. They saw that face. They said, oh, no. You will not be eating with us here. No. You belong in the trough with the other pigs out there. Then we're going to kick you out. That's what they did. That's crazy, man. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah. Nico said, they gave him the chair. They said, Juan Guaido, take several seats. Here, I'll give you one. Yo, if I spoke perfect Spanish, you know what I would say to that? Ay, que rico. So that was just a juxtaposition that I just wanted to show y'all, because I'm like, really, Biden? Really? So, yeah, salty granny. No animals in the building. Not allowed. Let me see. Directly funding far-right opposition in Mexico. Ilhan Omar just signed a letter asking for more funding to tackle human rights in Mexico. God, the squad has drifted so far. But thank you for telling me that. But yeah. Anybody else? And hang on, wait a minute. Why aren't we more like the people in Venezuela? Like, why like these politicians? I mean, these people in these countries are based as hell, man. They come into a restaurant, everybody grew up together. No, get out. And they're not even pointing them out. They're shoving them out. They're like, get out. And I'm like, why aren't we doing this to some of these politicians in this country? Why are we just accepting them to be there? You literally have like you have people that will come up and confront somebody like Ted Cruz and be like, well, why aren't you doing this for the American people? Like, why don't all y'all get up from y'all tables? Because literally his presence is literally ruining the atmosphere. Go up, all y'all, grab, sorry, ask him to leave. I gotta be careful what I say on here. Kick him out. Look, if you are, I don't care if I'm the manager of a restaurant, I'm gonna be like, look, you need to leave. Get out. I reserve the right to not serve you. I don't care. I don't need your money. Get out. Yeah. Meanwhile, George W. Bush gets to go on Ellen. These people in Venezuela, they got the right idea. Why are we tolerating this? This look, why are we tolerating this? They don't tolerate Juan Guaido. They're kicking him out of restaurants. Make the comfortable uncomfortable. Look, y'all gonna have to start ordering some Uber Eats or some DoorDash or something in order to get y'all food at home, because you guys are not going to be accepted wherever you go. That's the way it should be. And even then, it'll take a long ass time for them to get their Uber Eats or DoorDash, because people will recognize who it is and they just won't deliver to them. Y'all better take y'all behind over to the grocery store. Cook your own food. If I would if I'm with the mind that I have now, if I'm working at the restaurant and if I know that somebody like Juan Guaido was at the table, I would band together with all the other line cooks and we'd be like this. We're not making one thing for this man. And in fact, nobody eats until this man is out of the building. Nobody eats. Nobody. We're not cooking. We're not making a damn thing for this person. Y'all want to eat? Kick them out. I'll be prepared to walk out. Like, no, I'm not cooking for this person. I'm not making one damn thing. This person will not have any semblance of peace until they start making sure that the people that they serve have peace. No. Line cooks, do it. If you're a line cook, do that. Man. Thank you for that comment, AG. That's right. You're right. Man. So yeah, that's what I want to show y'all. And it was funny. And yes, I'm gonna laugh at the expense of Juan Guaido. And when MBS gets his comeuppance, or the president of Israel get their comeuppance, I'm gonna laugh at them too. I'm gonna laugh at Joe Biden's expense. I'm gonna laugh at Barack Obama's expense. I'm gonna laugh at Donald Trump's expense. I'm definitely gonna laugh at George Bush's expense. I'm gonna laugh at Bill Clinton's expense. I'm gonna laugh at all of them. Because guess what? These people are the purveyors of death and destruction in this country. And they are just the middle managers. The big bankers, yeah. Laugh at their expense too. The central bankers, yes. Now, we're going back to Brother Evo to get his response too. Because I definitely don't want to leave him out, because the United States tried to screw him over. And Evo Morales came out on top. So I'm gonna let the brother speak. I'm gonna put this to 3/4 speed just in case. All right. So he starts off with, "Thank you very much, brothers and sisters of the People's Summit of America. I welcome this great initiative to convene to the summit to repudiate the failed summit of the Americas. I am very sorry that the only thing the United States does is to exclude people, marginalize, intervene with their policies." Say it louder for the people in the back, Evo. Because they not only do that to other countries outside the United States, but they also do that to people within the United States, i.e. people that look like me. Sabby and Nick are in the comments. Yeah, the people that look like us. Yes, including you poor white people. Yes, they do that to y'all too. They exclude you too. They do. To my Asian brothers and sisters and siblings, to my Latino brothers and sisters and siblings in the United States, hell, they exclude you if you're in Puerto Rico and you're still part of the United States. Evo said no lies. Evo said no lies. Let's continue. The United States proclaims democracy, but by excluding Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua, they lie to everyone. Oh, yes. Speak on it, Evo. Speak on it. That is not democracy. That also defends freedom. How is it possible that the people who freed themselves from Europe are excluded from the Summit of the Americas? What a contradiction. But the most important, sisters and brothers, is to remember how the United States policies are failing. The Cold War is a resounding failure. The war on terror is a resounding failure. When they reaffirm about the war on terrorism, they tell us that the social movements are terrorists. But now, many union leaders of the different social sectors are presidents. It used to be scary to be expelled from the OAS. Now, withdrawing from the LAS is dignified and healthy. Ooh. Just to let you guys know, the OAS is the Organization of American States. It's you know, kind of like an organization, basically, supposedly, of different countries in the Americas. So he said, I am sure because they continue to liberate themselves, they will continue to withdraw from the OAS. Almost 200 years of America for Americans. United States. Now this generation complains to plurinational America. Sorry. Plurinational America of the peoples. For the peoples. Okay. He said, therefore, democratic rebellions, democratic uprisings against the empire are underway. The United States is no longer an empire. Did you guys hear that? He said the United States is no longer an empire. It's coming. It's coming. Boys and girls and siblings, it's coming. And surely, with this resentment against life, against humanity, they still try to impose policies through intervention, policies of economic extraction of natural resources almost everywhere in the world. Therefore, sisters and brothers, for deep reflection, may we continue in this hard fight with unity for our freedom. Unity for our freedom. And above all, how to respect the cultural diversity that is the richness of our identity. Also of our freedom. We are convinced, brothers and sisters, of this summit. For the people will triumph. How nice it would be if some presidents participated in this summit. At least ask the United States to first ratify all human rights treaties. Second, let sovereign countries be free. We do not accept military interventions. Stop funding war. Oh, yes, stop funding wars. Stop funding coup d'etats. Respect life, respect humanity, and respect sovereignty and the independence of the peoples of the world. Greetings again from Bolivia. Waiting, as always, united for life and humanity of those who inhabit this planet Earth. Thank you very much. Damn, Evo. Damn. Wow. So that was the response from these heads of state that really are anti-capitalist and anti-imperialist. Got to give it up for Evo. You know you're the man when you close out the show, and that's what Evo did. He closed it out. You know, And there are so many people, you know, that sit here and try to demonize these countries when they're just trying to have their own particular sovereignty and working for the people. That was a lot of talking. Hmm. But yeah, and it's funny how the United States wants its sovereignty, but it doesn't respect the sovereignty of all these other countries, right? Weird, right? And Rockfin, Leonard says, "Thank you so much for this, JB. Woke up discouraged as I face the 10-year anniversary of my brother-in-law's murder while I speak to my husband who's been sitting in jail pre-trial for 4 years, just feeling man down. Hearing this made me feel so much better, so much solidarity." Ah, man. Leonard, I'm so sorry, man. Wow. Ah, man. Thank you so much for watching though. Choir Boy says in Rockfin, we want a good argument when people try to McCarthyize socialism. It is a derivative of the root word social, no cap generic term. So why so ominous? And simply defined, it means wherever two or more people get together to accomplish together more than what we can separately, which McCarthy changed. It's not government. Yeah. Thank you so much for that too. Thing is that the definition of socialism basically is just, workers owning a means of production and distribution, and basically, having a more direct democratic government, and as well as a directly democratic workplace. Sorry, I'm itching. That is what, true socialism really is. And the thing is that we know that democracy is a very good thing, so much so that we want it spread into the workplace as well. We want it spread into being direct democracy, even with our own governments. And so anybody who tries to deviate from that while knowing what the definition of socialism is really saying that they do not want a direct democracy either in the workplace or in our government. Therefore, they are basically expressing that they are anti-democratic and that they think that they have a better handle on how we should operate versus us telling you how we should operate. And this is the arrogance, the pompousness of a lot of people, especially more upper echelon and rich people. So, you know, that's the thing. So they were talking about the People's Summit. Um, and the People's Summit basically was a kind of like a counter summit, but it was it's supposed to be talking about, the inclusion of all the peoples of the United States. And so this is why, President Diaz-Canal, President Maduro, and former President Morales were talking about the People's Summit. Well, there was a speech done at the People's Summit. Yeah, Robin. Robin says a counter conference. Yes, that's basically what it was. But um, yeah, I'm gonna share my screen. And here, breakthrough news again. Make sure you give them a follow. It's BT Newsroom. That's their handle. They're quoting Dr. Cornel West. He says, "Joe Biden, don't come to Los Angeles like you've been some vanguard for human rights." Let's take a listen, y'all. Okay.
Don't come to.
All right. Make sure. All right. I'll meet you guys on either side.
Don't come to Los Angeles like you've been some vanguard for human rights when you look at the history of Latin America as the playground of the American empire, treating Latin American brothers and sisters as if they're cockroaches to be crushed rather than human beings with great dignity who organize and fight back. Don't come to Los Angeles acting as if you don't have crimes in the Middle East, with Saudi Arabia committing crimes right now against the Yemenis, with the Israelis committing crimes right now against the Palestinians, with crimes being committed in Asia. Don't come thinking that we're going to take your lives. And don't think that simply because we hate the injustice that we hate in other folk. No. Frantz Fanon is right. And Brother David put it well in our presentation. We don't know of a national bourgeoisie that has not betrayed the working people, has not betrayed poor people. I don't care what color, what national identity, what gender, even sexuality. This is not a question of some neoliberal identity politics. We talking about justice. We talking about equality. We talk about democracy from the bottom up.
Now, I will say this, okay? The thing, I agree with Dr. West here. One thing that I will respect is that, unfortunately, Dr. West was talking about kind of holding our nose and voting for Joe Biden. But I think you can kind of see the regret, and you hear the regret in his voice. Like, like, oh, hell no, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but it sounds like, because he basically said that, yeah, I just want to get Trump out of office, but make no mistake, Biden is horrible too. I wonder how he feels now. I would actually like to have a conversation with him, because the thing is that you really see no difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump now. They are basically one and the same. But I just want to go back over what he said and kind of like break it down just a little bit. Not break it down, but just give put my own opinions on what was said. So here we go. Just 1 second.
Don't come to Los Angeles like you've been some vanguard for human rights.
Okay, so what does Dr. Rest actually talking about? As far as him being acting like he's a vanguard for human rights, that's completely the opposite. You have to look at how, number one, he was against busing. Kamala Harris rightfully, put him to task on that during a presidential debate. Number two, he also gave a eulogy for Strom Thurmond, who is a massive segregationist and racist. So you mean to tell me that after all this knowledge that you've had about, our civil rights, and you're still going to eulogize a racist and a segregationist? Joe Biden has no issues with that. Okay. On top of it, you also got to remember the 94 crime bill, which Joe Biden helped write, which also, basically we now call him the father of mass incarceration because of that, and the signing of it based by Bill Clinton, it actually increased mass incarceration. This also increased the amount of slavery that we have in this country. Yes, I say slavery. I'm not using it loosely. I'm using it accurately, because the 13th Amendment actually has an exception in it for people who are put into prison. It allows for people to continuously be enslaved in this country. So therefore, a catalyst for slavery, someone who has been a catalyst for slavery within the United States, has actually been Joe Biden. Let's call a thing, because that's what mass incarceration did. And so because of that, then you have that on top of the bankruptcy bill, which prevented people who took out student loans from declaring bankruptcy. So you're stuck with that for the rest of your life, and you can never get out of it. Okay. Also, he was helping and pushing not only the Iraq War, but also the Patriot Act, which goes against our privacy rights. In the name of the war on terror, even though the United States actually helped create the terrorists in the United States, CIA helped fund it and created Al-Qaeda. And a lot of terrorists were actually from Saudi Arabia, which the United States is still friendly with. Which Saudi Arabia still has human rights violations. So Joe Biden has absolutely no room to talk at all about being a vanguard for human rights and justice. He absolutely, and Dr. Cornel West was absolutely correct in that. Let's continue.
When you look at the history of Latin America as the playground of the American empire, treating Latin American brothers and sisters as if they're cockroaches to be crushed rather than human beings with great dignity.
So yes, this is also absolutely true. I mean, look at what they did with, I think was it in Chile with the United Fruit Company and installing Pinochet. They literally installed dictators in order to create this easy sale of goods. Of goods and resources for corporations, so that they can build these corporations up. And so they use the CIA and other different tactics like coup d'etats in these other countries, which basically the presidents that were excluded, as well as Evo Morales, spoke about quite frankly in their responses. And so, yes, the United States has treated Latin America, South America, as its own playground, as its own personal little piggy bank, in order to extract resources from it, and also to degrade the people in these countries because they just wanted to gain more financially. So let's continue.
Who organize and fight back.
By the way, if you're harming me because for your own personal gain, and then I fight back against you, and you start calling me a terrorist because I fight back against you, what is that? That's propaganda. And that's what they do. That's what they did against the Palestinians too. The thing is that the people in these countries, they actually have a right to defend themselves against United States aggression. But then the moment they try to defend themselves against the aggression of the United States, then guess what? They're labeled terrorists. They're labeled, dictators when they try to fight against the aggression from the United States. When the United States tried to commit coup d'etats and push against them so that they can extract their resources and continuously take away from the people. Because guess what? Here's the thing. South America looked at Africa and how all these Western nations treated it. And South America saw how the United States has been doing them for decades. And South America is like, okay, you know what? No. We're not doing that again. Nope. We saw how y'all did Africa. You're not about to do this again here. Because here's just like what Michael Parenti said. He said there's no such thing as a poor country. There are very little poor countries. These countries are actually rich. Only the people are actually poor. And the thing is that these people are overexploited. That's what's wrong. And the leaders these socialists and these communist leaders in this country are basically saying enough is enough. We're sick and tired of it. You know, you have the presidents of places like Honduras, Bolivia, Nicaragua. You know, you have people like Lula da Silva, who is trying to become president of Brazil again. They're saying enough is enough. We're sick and tired of you extracting from us and basically abusing us for your own personal gain. And they don't want to end up like a lot of African nations, because that's what the West has done. They've come there to extract the resources, pillage, take, and then even steal some of the people. And then what's left? You have people who are starving, and yet they export billions of goods to these other countries when those goods could be used to help feed and help the people. Meanwhile, you have AMLO of Mexico that is trying to nationalize the lithium in Mexico in order to take all the sales and proceeds and profits from the sale in Mexico and disseminate it back to the people, which is what the United States doesn't want. They did that in, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they did it in Iran against Mohammed Mossadegh when he tried to nationalize different industries. They did it against, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. Oh, Muammar Gaddafi in Libya when he tried to nationalize. Every single time you have a leader that's trying to nationalize and try to disseminate all the goods to the people so that they can collectively all rise up, then the United States comes in, they start knocking on that door, and next thing you know, they're like, hey, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. And now we're going to take you out and put our own little public dictator there so that they can give us what we want, either for very cheap or for free. And you guys can't have it no more. Why? Because we're in the United States. We're the police and judge of the world. We're the judge, jury, and executioner of anybody that we don't like. You have no sovereignty in this world. That's basically what the United States says. And so they're sick. So people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so they're rising up. And this is the good version of the South rising. This is the positive version of it. This is the more humanitarian version of the South, the Southern countries in America rising up against the United States. And I'm all here for it. Because the thing is that I'm sick of, look, I've been bullied my entire life in school. And I still feel effects from bullying. And the fact that the country that I live in is bullying the world and my name makes me sick to my stomach. And it should make you sick to your stomach too. Because it shouldn't be this way. And the only way that we can actually stop it is by rising up against our own government and saying absolutely not. And it takes more than just voting to do it. Let us continue.
Don't come to Los Angeles acting as if you don't have crimes in the Middle East, with Saudi Arabia committing crimes right now against the Yemenis, with the Israelis committing crimes right now against the Palestinians, with crimes being committed in Asia. Don't come thinking that we're going to take your lives. And don't think that simply because we hate the injustice that we hate in other folk. No. Frantz Fanon is right. And Brother David put it well in our presentation. We don't know of a national bourgeoisie that has not betrayed the working people, has not betrayed poor people. I don't care what color, what national identity, what gender, even sexuality. This is not a question of some neoliberal identity politics. We talking about justice. We talking about equality. We talking about democracy from the bottom up.
So basically, a lot of times, a lot of people will go, oh, but you guys got black billionaires now. Or there's a gay billionaire. Or look at Pete Buttigieg. He's gay. So what? An imperialist by any stripe or any color is still an imperialist. A capitalist by any stripe or color is still a capitalist. A colonialist by any stripe or color is still a colonialist. I don't care if Mohammed bin Salman is gay, he's still wrong. I don't care if he ever was. I don't care if he came out as trans. I don't care. If you're doing these things against the people, wrong is wrong. Just because you fit a certain type of identity, if you're still, harming or oppressing people, you got to go. And a lot of times they will use people who look like us, black for us, it's black faces in high places, in order to push these oppressive tactics on us. And y'all see Django Unchained? Remember Samuel L. Jackson's character? He was a slave, but he was on team Slave Master. Just because he looked like us doesn't mean he was team us. Like Rome said before, all skin folk ain't kin folk. And they will use people who look like you, who identify just like you, in order to oppress you. Cis and trans ladies, trust and believe that Margaret Thatcher is not your hero. Ilhan Omar. Margaret Thatcher should not be your hero. Just because she has the same body parts as you. No. Barack Obama is not my hero. Absolutely not. Just because he's a couple of shades lighter than me, don't mean the damn thing. I'm trying to curb my language, people. Sorry. I'm trying to curse less. But that's the thing. They will use this in order to co-opt you. They will even get to a point, well, they'll see you trying to organize a union, and then next thing you know, they come up and try to co-opt you. Start inviting you to galas and having you taking pictures with celebrities. And they get you to drift away. They'll start stuffing you with some money in your pockets. I'm put it out there. They'll even send some booty your way. Next thing you know, you drift in the other direction. What do you think they did to Mussolini? Mussolini was a socialist. Originally, he was a socialist. And then the government was like, okay, we can co-opt this guy. So they started putting some money in his pocket. No doubt they sent some booty his way too. Next thing you know, he turned. Next thing you know, he became the father of fascism. Thing is a lot of times we have to be very careful. The co-opting is serious. Integrity is an extremely important, necessary thing to keep. It's not easy though, especially when you're suffering financially, and next thing you know, people start dumping money into your coffers. It's money that you've never had before. You're getting into a lifestyle that you never dreamed of before. Next thing you know, you're in it. And then you start thinking about your family, like, how am I supposed, I need to take care of my family. And then you have these people who are wealthy that are starting to say, hey, join us, it's nice on this side. So yeah. So that was a good speech by Dr. West as well. Um, but yeah, President I'm sorry, AMLO, you know, um, basically told Biden to kick rocks, and rightfully so, because you can't sit here and exclude these countries while they're literally trying to do more for their people than the United States does for its people. They're literally trying to make sure that they have things like universal health care and raising the standards of people and trying to take them out of poverty. Meanwhile, the United States says, you're poor? Yeah, fuck you. It's your fault. They blame individuals for a systemic issue. An individual they cannot solve a systemic, you cannot solve a systemic problem with the individual action. I'll repeat myself. You cannot solve a systemic problem with an individual action. So that's the crazy part. So that's one thing I wanted to cover, was that happened last week. I hope that, as more elections happen, that you see more of these heads of state that say no to the United States. And it's losing its grip on the world. The empire is basically going. You're most likely your own worst enemy. You must be new to the channel, content, and chat, because nobody here supports the Green New Deal or the establishment. Thing is, I think the Green New Deal was way too weak. It's too weak. Also, by the way, I'm gonna say this too. Anybody that's here that's new, I'm not for taxing billionaires. I'm for seizing their wealth, because they didn't work to get it. That's all money that's stolen. So really, it should be taken back by the people. Yeah. So, by the way, also, even things like a single payer healthcare system is too weak to me. In fact, I want to nationalize it all. Welcome to Revolutionary Blackout Network. How are you doing? So, so that was basically what I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Shit, I don't give a shit no more. I ain't holding back no more. Like, you know, make billionaires and multimillionaires and millionaires obsolete. Like, no. Nope. Yeah. And strengthen the hell out of it. And the thing is that a lot of times when they complain about the healthcare system, it's typically because it's being defunded and then it makes things worse, which typically capitalists love to do. They do what's called a death by 1,000 cuts. And then next thing you know, it ends up failing because they kept cutting and cutting and cutting. But if it was well funded, then guess what? It works like a well-oiled machine. Why do people complain about the VA? Because they cut it and cut and cut all the time in order to make it fail. If I wanted to discourage somebody from driving this particular car, I'm going to do some things in order to make it start failing. If I can't just have them crash the car outright, then guess what? I'm going to take out some of the oil, make sure it starts running on less oil. Maybe poke some holes in the radiator. Pour some sugar in the gas tank. Simple stuff like that. Next thing you know, they're like, oh my God, I can't stand this car. I just need to get rid of it. But why? Why? Because you just sabotaged it. That's the thing. It's constantly these programs that are actually good, these universal programs, are constantly being sabotaged. Look at what's going on with Medicare right now. I have Medicare, by the way, so I can actually talk about this. They're actually raising drastically the amount for premiums and then basically making it a giveaway to the private insurance companies. It's sabotage, including Joe Biden even talked about it years ago about sabotaging. He wanted to privatize Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Why? Because he doesn't agree with this. Because he thinks that just by you being able to exploit a lot of resources and have a lot of money, that somehow makes you better. So the people who think that they are better than you just because they can exploit and hoard wealth, all y'all. If you think that, to all you. Because the thing is that it's absolutely asinine. You are not better than any one person. You do not work so many more hours in a day to make people, to make that exorbitant amount of money more than anybody else. It is absolutely crazy to think that. It is delusional. It's psychopathic to think that way. In fact, the people who are poor, they work more than you. They work harder than you. The only difference is they are not willing to exploit people in order to get more. That's what it is. It's not laziness of the poor that makes us in this state. It is the hoarding of the rich. But thank you, Savvy. Sorry, I had to get on my soapbox for a second. You know how that feels. But yeah, so I mean, that's something that I just want to talk about. Now, there's something else, and I just want to say that I appreciate everybody for watching, but there's something I also need to I would like to talk about. And this is something that just recently came across my my screen earlier today. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah. All right. Make sure I get rid of these so that I won't accidentally click on them. So there's one more thing I want to talk about. It's kind of a short story, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm call me a skeptic because of seeing what the United States has done. But okay, so This recently has come out. So I'm explaining what's going on here. So there's supposed to be this group called Patriot Front. I think this is in Idaho. And police detained them.
So Patriot Front got pulled over. They were all piled in the U-Haul, and they are all detained.
Now, apparently, according to some sources on Twitter, there was actually a pride event that they were trying to go to kind of disrupt it. And so they were on their way, and they were all bunched up in a U-Haul. And so police pulled them over and pulled them all out and detained them. Now, let me mute this and keep it playing. Now, while this looks promising, I think, and maybe it's just me, but I think this is utter bullshit. I think the police are bullshitting us. Here's why. Here's a bunch of white supremacists all on their knees, backs turned. They still have their faces hidden, so you can't see their faces. And, you know, why is this? Why aren't their faces being shown? The police are allowing their faces to be shown. Also, while we're at it, maybe this is a recruitment for the police. I said it. Yeah, I said it. White supremacy is baked into the cake of law enforcement within this country. You don't think that some of those people in that group are also police officers? You don't think that? I got a diamond crusted bridge to sell you over top of a volcano if you think that. By the way, just to let you know, these are the same dudes that are on their knees right now that support the thin blue line. Some of these motherfuckers are probably very recognizable to the boys in blue because they either are boys in blue or they're very friendly with them. And once they get taken away in the squad cars, those zip ties are getting cut off. And they're just going to get, if anything, they're going to get a, don't do it again. Stop. Don't do it again. What are you doing that for? You're going to get us all caught. Stop it. I don't buy it. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. I don't buy this. Like, really? No. What kind of idiots do you take us for? What idiot? Look, you guys honestly think that you're gonna sit here and make it look like the police are fighting against white supremacy when y'all got it all up and through the ranks? Hell, the FBI got it all through their ranks. The United States government thought it all through their ranks. Hello, Operation Paperclip, let's talk. Yes, Alan, nobody got shot. Look, these guys, nobody got shot. Not one little instance of police brutality. Did anybody get tased? Did anybody try to run and they took a shot? I'm gonna look. Okay, JB's ready. This is a perfect example of white supremacy and white privilege. You want to know why? Because you have a gigantic group of white guys that were in the back of a U-Haul, and they all got out safely, and they're on their knees without any damage to them, and they're being safely detained. And yet, one black person, how many cops you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They used about that many cops for one black guy. You got about 6, 7 cops for all those dudes, and yet one black person, and they got like 12 of them ready just to go for one guy. Unarmed, guns drawn. Like, let's be real here. I don't believe this. Sorry, but I don't. This video right here was for you to see. This was a display, and they wanted somebody, the person who's probably recording this probably doesn't realize it, but they actually wanted this. They wanted this to be recorded. They wanted this to go viral. And yeah, here I am showing you, but I'm showing it to you because I'm just letting you know that this is probably bullshit. That's probably what it is. So yeah, that's my thing. So yeah, the question is, nobody got shot? Yeah, nobody got shot. Honestly, this feels like astroturfing, like a justice version of astroturfing, like trying to make it look like the police are actually fighting against white supremacy. They really think we're stupid. Yes, where they're looking zestfully clean. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean. That's it. Hey, hang on, hold up. Let me take a sip of my tea. Good tea. Yeah. Serena, yes. Like, no. Yeah, no. No. This is just like when a billionaire comes out and says, oh, I've done all these good things for these people. See, I'm not exploiting. And yet, a majority of what they do is horrible things to people. Look at what the police do. This is propaganda. The more you know. Propaganda, people. By the way, later on my channel, I'm actually going to be talking about propaganda a little bit later at 4 p.m. on my channel on JB Font. So just to make sure you guys go ahead and, move over at 4 p.m. to talk about that. But, yeah. So, yeah. Propaganda. Yes, propaganda. Wait. Nice avatar, too, by the way. Jimi Hendrix is always a win. But it's like, if somebody says, oh, see, they're trying to fight against white supremacy, no, they're not. Mm-mm. Yes, they would be face down on the ground if there was an actual threat. Part of what makes them an actual threat is how much melanin they have in their skin. That's what's considered an actual threat, even though it's not really a threat. That's part of it. Another part of it is if there were actual threat, they would have took them out. But even when they are an actual threat, like going into a church or going into a grocery store and shooting up a whole bunch of people, they don't do anything. Or they go into a school, they don't do anything. So even with actual threats, police don't do a damn thing. Even and then the Supreme Court said that they didn't have to do a damn thing. Some of these people in these institutions, these white supremacist institutions, have gotten to the point where they have convinced themselves that we, especially those of us who are minorities, particularly black people, they are convinced that we're not that intelligent. So they think they can just do the most stupidest, obvious bullshit and then think that we can't catch on when we already copped to their game a long time ago. You sip so much of your Kool-Aid that now you don't even realize that we actually know what you're going to do before you do it. Because you guys don't think that we're fully human, so therefore we don't have the same comprehension as you or greater. When actually we do. Because we are fully human just like you. Y'all been snorting too much of your own damn product. Bunch of clown. It's like Nick always says, clown shit. That's what it is. It's clown shit. Thank you so much, everybody, for for your well thought out comments. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. And by the way, the whole notion of black people, I'm sorry, the whole notion of more white people are, killed by police each year. That's actually a population difference issue. It is not a proportionate issue. So therefore, that's absolutely incorrect. In fact, at the rate, the ratio, people who look like me are actually killed more by police. We're also put in prison more by police. So, yeah, yeah. Anyways, so the PTB understands how much damage they've done to the education model, and it's been decades, are certain, and aren't smart enough to see their gaudy strings. Yeah. Who is this Michael Malice? Is there some person in the chat? As I'm seeing people quoting this person or talking about this person. Ah well. So yeah. All right. Get out of my face. Don't need to be looking at police no more. Can only look at pigs for so long. Oh, a troll on Twitter. Okay. So yeah. Let me check on Rockfin some comments. Oh yeah. Choir boy says, like to know U-Haul's full involvement. Oh my gosh. Choir boy also said photo ops is all the clowns have now. They refuse to talk substance. Yeah, yeah. Yep. By the way, everybody on this channel believes in defunding the police on the road to abolition. Everybody on this channel. So anyway, so I just like to thank everybody for being here today. I am coming up on the in. Wait, I started at 1. Oh, wait, it's been almost. Oh, for some reason I'm looking at the time. I'm thinking it's only been an hour, and it's actually been almost 2 hours. Good lord, JB, get it together. But yeah, so I just like to thank you all for coming in, watching, being with me. Yeah, and just to let you guys know. Oh, why I'm here. Let me show you. We're going to be talking soon. Soon. Okay. Let me go to. All right. Wait, where is it? Okay, here we go. Hang on. Okay. So let me share my screen really quick. I really need to stop. I need to stop shaking my camera. I gotta get things right. But anyways, so my friend's gonna be joining me later today on my channel. So we're talking about propaganda. And so, if you guys would like to be there, it will start at 4 p.m. We're actually going to be having a conversation. And look, let's be real. We're actually going to be clowning on propagandists from many of these stations. I think I should start including breaking points in there too. But we're going to clown on them because number one, propagandists need to be clowned on because they're just wrong on so many issues and they're deeply capitalistic, and yeah, they deserve to be clowned on. And we're going to clown on some war criminals and things like that because that's the least of what they deserve. You know what I mean? So we're going to be talking about propaganda, things like that. So it's going to be interesting to have this conversation. This is one of my close friends, and I can't wait to have a conversation. Sometimes I'm thinking, like, man, our phone conversations, we should be recording this, and it's hilarious, but it's just personal conversation. So I can't wait. You can also see this on my channel on Rockfin as well. So just to let you guys know. And let me put the link in the chat as well so you guys can follow. All right, and let's do it for Rockafin too. All right. All right. So yeah, so that's what's happening at 4 o'clock. What? what? Would you say where, Pilgrim? Wait, where? Oh, yeah, that's not John Oliver, but he knows he looks like he knows he looks like John Oliver though, which is kind of funny. but he definitely doesn't have an English accent, by the way. It's just, But yeah, it's gonna be a fun conversation. I need to eat something. Oh, by the way, I got some never mind, because if I mention me about eating anything outside the realm of fruits and veggies, then people will attack me and be like, "Oh, you shouldn't be eating that." And I'm like, I don't eat it all the time. I eat it like once in a while. Can I enjoy myself? Joy. Anyway, but just to let you guys know, also be sure to tune in tomorrow. I think CJ has a program tomorrow. Also, be sure to tune in on Tuesday at 4 p.m. It's going to be RBN Live, where you can have all of us again to talk, on different news subjects that's happening throughout the week. And then you also make sure to catch the Nick and CJ show. Make sure to catch Savvy Sabs on her channel, as well as here on RBN. Make sure to catch the Savvy and JB show. We already had our debuted episode. This episode Thursday. Oh, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. The subject, though, is deep, and we're going to have a panel. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be good. It's going to be a deep subject. I can't wait. But just please make sure to tune into the Savvy and JB show this Thursday, because we're definitely going to have a conversation. Oof. Yeah, that's going to last at least a good 2 hours. Make sure y'all tune in. Anywho, yep, don't stop trying to get me in trouble. I'm not even on my own channel. Next thing you know, my comrades at RBN are going to be like, JB, why you say that, man? I'm like, I'm sorry. Yep, X, they tempted me. They pulled me into the conversation. I couldn't resist. Oh, Lord. Don't say it like that, Yep, X. Oh, my goodness. Let me get the hell out of here. Y'all about to get me. Y'all trying to get my brother in trouble. I love y'all, though. Y'all know I love you. All right. So, anyway, make sure to water your plants, water yourself, leave the world better than you found it. Smoke them if you got them. All that great stuff. Forehead kisses to all of you. And please make sure to... Oh, by the way, if you haven't liked the stream, why? Please like the stream. And if you're not subscribed, then please make sure you're subscribed. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. Oh, and one more thing. Bye.